Okay, alright guys, welcome back to your fifth PHP programming language tutorial. On this tutorial, we are going to see about the if-else statement, but we are going to make things fancier. Okay, we're going to create a program that will accept a number from the user and judge whether the number is an even number or an odd number. Okay, so let's get started. So whenever you are making a PHP file, you have to inbuild things into these tags. Okay, this PHP and this opening tag and this closing tag here. So to accept the value from the user, as I've said on the previous tutorials, PHP is not a programming language, rather it is a scripting language. Okay, a language that is embedded or that can work alongside with other things. To accept the value from the user, here I'm going to use an HTML. Okay, so to create a field that will accept the value from the user, I have to use something which is called a form. Okay, this form have got two parameters. The first one is going to be the method, and the next one is going to be the action. Okay, this action implies which page are you requesting or are you asking to perform the action to. Okay, in my context here, I want to use this file. Okay, the one which is in a PHP file. Where I'm writing is in tensei.php, so I will make the action to be tensei.php. Okay, I want this page to perform the action. That's what the action stands for. The other one is called a method. Okay, this method is a way in which you are going to pass, in which mechanism are you going to pass the data to the PHP file. There are two different ways to pass data through the method. The first one is going to be get, and the next one is going to be post. The main difference between get and post is going to be, if you are using get here, it will be passed through the URL, or else it will be visible to the user, so it's not more secured. So there's another method which is called a post, which will hide or which will not show the value that you passed to the user. Okay, so it is very good practice to use the post method here. Okay, so I will use post. Okay, so to do my things, let me create a label first here, label. Okay, I guess you guys are familiar with these terms, and let me give it a name called a value. Okay, because I will be displaying a value. Okay, then let me create a field that will accept a number from the user. So I'm going to use an input type, and I'm calling it number here. It will going to accept only numbers from the user, and let me give it a name which is called TI, for instance. Why I give it a name? Because when I pass this thing to the PHP file, there gotta be some identification that will identify this field. Okay, that will take the value for this field. So I will give it a name. Okay, just keep in mind, I already gave this thing a name, and I already declared a method here. Okay, just keep in mind. Okay, these are the two more important identification mechanism for this field. Okay, then finally let me come here and let me close my form. Okay, so to take this value, okay, to PHP, as you have seen, this is an HTML file. To take this thing to a PHP, first I have to make something called $post. Okay, this stands for I'm using a post method to transfer this file. I'm using a post method. Okay, then to write this thing, firstly I have to identify the form. Okay, the form is using a post method. Okay, then I have to access this particular field. To do that, I will come here, open and close a square brace, and then write the name for that field, which is going to be TI. Okay, so I want to assign this thing to another different variable. Let me call this number. Okay, so this value, the value which is stored here, will be transferred here. Then this will be assigned to a number. Okay, firstly I have to make sure whether this thing is set or whether this thing is there or not. Okay, I have to make sure. So to do that, I will use something which is called isSet. Okay, it is a built-in function in a PHP that will identify whether this thing is set or not. Okay, why did I want to check whether it is set or not? This value here. Okay, then I will copy this thing and I will paste here. This function will identify whether this field is already prepared or not. Okay, so if this thing happens, I will come here and I will do my things. Okay, but else I don't want to do anything. Okay, so what did I want to do? I want to make sure if the number is divisible by 2 or not, or whether it is an even number or not. Okay, to do that I have to make sure if the number is perfectly divisible by 2. So to do that I will use a modulus sign here. If the number modulus 2 is equal to 0, it means the number is even. So I will come here and I will echo out to the user the number is even. Okay, but else I want to display to the user that the number is odd. Okay, this is what it takes to do this program. Okay, first we have made a field, okay, which have a name called ti, which we're gonna accept the number only. Then finally we make sure whether this ti is set or not, or is prepared or not. And then finally we assign the value for this number to another variable which is called a number, and we make sure whether the number is perfectly divisible by 2 or not. If it is divisible, we will display the number is even, and finally the number is odd will be visible to the user. So let's come here and run this program and let's see what you got. Okay, so let me come to local host and let me come to my file here. Okay, so it's asking me to enter a value. For instance, I want to enter the number 4 here. Okay, when I enter even, it says the number is even. Okay, if I enter 5 here, it says the number is odd. So this is how you are going to create a program that will check whether a number is even or not. I guess it's a good practice to do such kind of things. I guess you have learned a lot of things from this tutorial. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. On the next class, we're gonna see something which is called a switch statement. Till we meet there, just stay tuned and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.